I wouldn't wish being a Dallas sports fan on my worst enemy these days.
Derapy. Like the video.
So the single best player on the Dallas Cowboys, Micah Parsons, has requested a trade in the most 2025 way imaginable via Twitter post. So the 26-year-old Defensive Player of the Year candidate, who was also Defensive Rookie of the Year, has been to 4 Pro Bowls, and is a 3-time All-Pro, has requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I'm a big fan of the NFL, really big fan of Micah Parsons. My wife is also a huge fan of him because she has a cat named Micah. Total coincidence, but
meow.
After the Mavericks traded away Luka Doncic, arguably the best player in the history of the team, Jerry Jones really said, watch this. And he's not trading Micah Parsons, but instead he's just being extremely annoying, screwing around with the man's livelihood, refusing to sign him to a long-term deal, and is basically pushing this man to the edge. This is what Micah had to say on the Bird app from his Notes app. I've never seen anything like this. This was posted an hour ago and has 10 million views. Here's what Micah says. Thank you, Dallas.
You're welcome.
Yes, I wanted to be here. I did everything I could to show that I wanted to be a Cowboy and wear the star on my helmet. I wanted to play in front of the best fans in sports and make this America's team once again. Damn, already dissing them. Micah doesn't even think they're America's team anymore. That's tough. The team my pops and I grew up cheering for all the way back in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held to closed-door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken to me for getting injured while laying it on the line for the organization, our fans, and my teammates. I no longer want narratives created and spread to the media about me. Wow. So he's basically saying that Jerry Jones and or Stephen Jones were seemingly negotiating his contract with him without his agent present, which I do not think is a super common practice in the NFL. He also talks about getting disrespected, how shots are being taken at him, and I do remember reading a story talking about how Jerry Jones was being asked about when he was going to pay Micah, and apparently there were people chanting at him or at their practice saying that they need to pay Micah already, and Jerry Jones is like, oh, I think they were louder when they were trying to get CeeDee Lamb paid, who's a receiver on the team, and it's just like, dog, why is this a game to you? This is this man's livelihood. Pay the man. Speaking of, CeeDee Lamb actually just tweeted less than an hour ago. He said, never fails, dog. Just pay the man what you owe him. No need for the extracurricular. Tough. Also, there are other players on the Dallas Cowboys who have changed their profile picture to Micah Parsons to show their support for him. So it's just like, this is really a story of the people versus the man. Micah continues in his post saying, I had purposely stayed quiet in hopes of getting something done, but since there is confusion out there, let me clear some things up. I had my agent reach out to the Cowboys last offseason after my 3rd year in hopes of getting a deal done early. Unfortunately, the team did not want to start any negotiations at that point. I was okay with it. Didn't complain, focused on the 2024 season. After the season, I told my agent once again to let the team know we were open to negotiate when they met at the Combine. My agent informed me I should wait for other deals to get done because the price would only go up, but I didn't care and wanted to secure myself as a Cowboy long term. So Micah was willing to get a deal done earlier, even if it meant he was going to get paid less money because he wanted to go ahead and secure a long-term deal sooner rather than later, because when it comes to the NFL, anything can happen. You can get injured on any play, alter the season, end your career. So Micah's trying to secure the bag early, and I feel like it's important to note this man has been performing at like an all-pro Pro Bowl level ever since he entered the league. So there's no reason not to give this man an extension on his deal. Old man Jerry Jones is just pussyfooting around in that. Pay the man his money, bro. My agent informed me I should wait for other deals to get done, wanted to secure with the Cowboys long term. This was before any of the other pass rusher deals got done. I knew I would be leaving money on the table, but again, I was okay with that. Again, radio silence as far as my extension. In March of 2025, I met with Mr. Jones, talking about Jerry, to talk about leadership. Somehow the conversation turned into him talking contract with me. Yes, I engaged in a back and forth in regards to what I wanted from my contract, but at no point did I believe this was supposed to be a formal negotiation, and I informed Mr. Jones afterward my agent would reach out, thinking this would get things done. So Micah Parsons makes it clear, yes, he did engage in a conversation about his contract, but he didn't actually strike a deal. He wasn't going to put pen to paper or have something set in stone before his agent got involved, which makes sense. Micah Parsons' main priority, his main gig, his main thing is being awesome at football. He's a 26-year-old whose job is to stay in great shape and put the hurting on other teams' QBs. It makes sense that he wouldn't want to actually commit to anything without his agent present or without his agent talking to ownership. He continues. When my agent reached out and spoke to Adam, he was told the deal was pretty much already done. My agent, of course, told him that wasn't the case and also reached out to Stephen Jones. Again, the team decided to go silent. At that point, we decided we would allow the team to reach out to us whenever they decided they wanted to talk, yet still not a call, email, or text to my agent about starting a negotiation. So at this point, it seems like he's really trying to drive the point home that they are trying to cut some type of deal with him or go based off of like a conversation they had in March instead of talking to his agent when he's made it pretty explicitly clear that he expects his agent to be involved in the negotiation. I'm not gonna lie, this sounds like mad slimy. Up to today, and it's August 1st now, up to today, the team has not had a single conversation with my agent about a contract. Not one demand has been made by my agent about money, years, or anything else. Still, I stayed quiet, but again, after repeated shots at myself and all the narratives, I've made a tough decision. I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. Now, Stephen Jones is the son of Jerry Jones, and he's very much involved in contract negotiation, deals, business, etc. when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. I am talking about this because I have never seen anything like this. The single best player on a team as popular as the Dallas Cowboys coming out, posting a note, like screenshots from the Notes app talking about how he wants out because the leadership is incompetent and won't pay him. There are a couple of other like angles to the situation that I want to talk about. My personal opinion is that they are probably not going to trade him. He's literally the best player on their team. Many people are assuming that this is some type of just like negotiating play, putting like serious pressure on ownership, but I don't think that Micah Parsons would make a post like this if he didn't accept the possibility that he might not be playing for the Dallas Cowboys anymore. Now, unless the Dallas Cowboys really actually don't care, and by the Dallas Cowboys, I mean Jerry Jones, old ass specifically, like unless you really just don't care about your fans at all, or you're really just that stubborn or that full of pride that you don't want to be bossed around by a 26-year-old, you are going to pay the man. You plan on paying him anyways. It's really just a matter of time. If we're being all the way for real, the Dallas Cowboys, if you're an NFL fan, you know that they have been underperforming for years. No matter how good their regular season is, no matter how many yards Dak Prescott puts up, they are not successful in the playoffs. They always get there and lose, or they get there and lose after one game, but they are not making a championship game. They actually, and I know this because it was the year I was born, they have not made a conference championship game since 1996, dog. I want you all to think about this, okay? The Dallas Cowboys haven't even been a game away from the Super Bowl since far before whatever you're listening to me on was even conceived of. There was no YouTube, there was no Spotify, there was no AirPods. I was still in a diaper, the iPhone hadn't been invented. Completely different world since the last time the Cowboys were anywhere close to a Super Bowl. Now we're going into a season where they're paying their quarterback $60 million a year. Dak Prescott is currently the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, which is insane. Their receiver, CeeDee Lamb, is one of the highest paid wide receivers in the NFL. So you would expect if Jerry Jones is already paying these people that he doesn't want to forfeit the season by allowing the best player on their defense and probably the best player on their team to just leave. Not because of injury, not because of poor performance, not because he's too old or about to retire. He's literally in the prime of his life. He's a great player. He seems like a nice person. And Jerry Jones is dragging his feet. He's just like, I don't really feel like it. Imagine what the trade market will look like for Micah Parsons. Do you know how many teams in the AFC are licking their chops? Like, the only reason we have no shot at getting to a Super Bowl is because of that Patty Mahomes boy. If only one of the best pass rushers in the league was available to be traded for. And there's so much more embarrassing stuff that could happen to the Cowboys just based off of this contract situation. If they don't trade him, what is he gonna just continue to not play, not put his pads on, not practice? Their opening game is supposed to be against the Eagles, who are going to be celebrating their Super Bowl and then probably whooping the Cowboys incredibly hard, especially if Micah's not playing and he's just sitting in the stands because he didn't get paid. Imagine the scenes. Shout out to the boy Micah Parsons. Pray for Cowboys fans. Pray for all Dallas sports fans. First Luka and now this, I couldn't imagine. Like, the Dallas Cowboys, their standard was already really low. The bar was already really low this season. Somehow they're trying to find a way to limbo even further under it because of Jerry Jones' incredible ability to simultaneously keep the Cowboys in the mainstream media despite the fact that they aren't that great at, winning the football games, but also pissing off his players every single year and waiting until the last possible moment to pay them to the point where they are literally trying to leave the team. I'm with CeeDee Lamb. Just pay the man. No need for all the extracurricular. Cowboys fans, let me know what you think in the comments. NFL fans, let me know if you want Micah Parsons on your team. Obviously, what would you give up to get him? That's all I have for you all in this episode. I guess I'm doing NFL news now. I don't know. It spoke to me. It spoke to me. Love you. Mean it. Spread the bread if you got it. You know what I mean? Enjoy the outro.
Crack in my windshield, I'm pissed off. If you a hater, get lost.
Get lost.
Yeah, it's my show and I'm in charge. Don't eat lemon pepper wings, but I'm the big boss. Please cut me slack, man, need a discount. About to jump off the roof, that's a dismount. I'm just playing.
I'm okay. Okay, but are you though?
Sorry for the pause, that's awkward. Start a podcast, cause I knew I was a talker. Yeah, my girl love me, but she's sick of my voice. And I'm pro-choice, so she do what she want. Why they hate when I get political? I'm a deep thinker, that's critical. Way too serious for a dude not getting paid. Man, I really need a shave. You know what sucks? Most of season 2 of Dave. Taking shots, but I skip out on the bar. Every single show, I swear I wanna raise the bar. Hope you listen close so you never miss the bar. Say the same thing, but I'm still going.